Hi, my name is Kali Roos. I'm a consultant for business for growth. I reside in South Africa. And this conversation is about the whole, concept of command and control. Why? Because recently I see many consultants, people like me, arguing that, that whole concept is outdated. It belongs to the past, and we have to look at our business and organizations differently. And there's new words, new buzzwords more important than that of command and control. I think we're making a mistake here. I want to believe that, as a concept, those two words still have, relevance and meaning, not only for the military, but also for business if you want. So if you want to learn from the military, surely you need to have this conversation. I mean, think of it. Command, on the one hand, is providing that proper direction, the guidance of where to go, be clear on the mission that we need to achieve. And then, how do you get people to get the job done? That's your leadership. The control box on the other end looks at all your processes, administrative, logistics, finances, information technology, data, whatever it is, everything that's there in support needs to be integrated so that we get the job done, and we help one another in support of. And this is old stuff. I understand that, but it's also relevant for the future as much as it is for today. What is happening is that we're putting new meaning or new understanding or a new definition to those concepts. Think of it this way. Maybe the great examples in recent history would be that of the First World War. That whole approach, methodology was that of attrition. It was slow in command. It was slow. It was rigid. It was demanding. It was, I guess, very intimidating. It was top down, and for that time, that's how we structured it. That's how it worked. And therefore, many of your other enabling processes were not, very much different. They followed the same pattern. But that was an era, that was a phase, and then it changed. New meaning was given to it in, let's say, the Second World War, if you want to. Think of what the Germans did with the concepts of lightning war or blitzkrieg. Everything changed for maneuverability, the mobility, the indirect approach, the leader more to the front, the leader more charismatic, more motivational, more inspiring. And that in itself asked for new levels of trust. And, and at least for the forces or the groups in support of the main focus, they need to be trusted. And they need to be empowered to actually do what we want them to do. So yes, everything changed when we shifted from the old concept of attrition to that of mobility. And then what? The US forces ran into a brick wall initially, I think in the early 2000s with some of the invasions they got involved with. And they had to redefine and relook at their leadership from a command and control perspective. And the new concepts that evolve out of that of mission command. Yes, it's new words, but the fundamentals of leading people and getting the job done, and then figure out how to support them with your enabling processes, those fundamentals will stay. As a matter of fact, there's some solid building blocks in there that you cannot afford to lose as you migrate into the future and go forward with new ways of getting the job done. So what was Mission Command? How was that different from Blitzkrieg? I mean, now the emphasis was on centralized intent. I mean, it's the buzzword, the key word is clarity. You need high level clarity of what you want. The guidelines is clear. And then comes the empowerment. I mean, totally decentralized execution with high levels of trust, high levels of engagement, people and teams allowed to work across the boundaries. That's the new norm. That's the new normal, if you want to. it changed, and it most probably changed forever, and it will change again. So in my mind, don't get confused here. The concepts of, or the concept of command and control as a combined effort in how we conduct the business of warfare and what we can learn in business from that. That is an evolving business. It's going to change again, and we learn from it as we go. So for what it's worth, in my own business, there's no ways I facilitate business for growth today if I don't apply similar principles that I've become aware of in the military globally, and I include the others. I include the Japanese. I include a lot of other thinking in here. Surely you have to have clear intent of what you want and where you want to go and how to get there. But then you have to get off the playing field and allow people empowered to get the job done. You don't have time to keep tabs on everything. You will never be able, with all the data integration that happens, to be in control of everything. You don't want to. Because in doing that, in a way, you're going back 100 years in not empowering people and allowing them at their level to actually make great decisions and get the job done. That's where we want to be going forward and into the future. So are we raising the bar here? Yes, we are. There's no ways you can empower others and trust them and not interfere if they're not good, and if they don't know what they're doing, and if they don't have enough, support, moral support, and that's where your leadership becomes inspirational. That's the only way for them to get the job done. We as businesses, we learn every day, and we learn from the military, and the military learn from us. Let's stay open-minded and understand that, command and control and the doctrines behind it is an evolving experience of learning, and we should keep it like that. Thank you very much.